Hello there, welcome to School of Scent. My name is Omar and I review fragrances. Today we're doing a very important video that I nearly forgot about. In a previous video titled Instagram Shares Their Dark Secrets, I said if that video gets 2,000 likes, I'll do a Chanel buying guide. So I buy every single men's Chanel fragrance so you don't have to, and do a short, quick rundown overview. So I initially saw that video was not going to get those 2,000 likes, so I kind of forgot about it. I thought, yeah, whatever, I guess I won't do it. I'll save myself a lot of money because Chanel can never be bought on discount. However, it is now over 2,000, I realized recently. So I went to the Chanel store. I'm now hundreds of pounds poorer for you guys, so hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Before we get started into the buying guide, guys, I want to tell you about our new newsletter called the Atrium newsletter, which I'll leave a link in the description down below. So the idea of this newsletter is that I provide to you guys the best, most useful, succinct videos on fragrances every week that are exclusive to this newsletter. The first title is a bit of a clickbait, but you understand why when you actually watch the video. So go ahead and subscribe, guys. If you already subscribed to our newsletter, then you'll get that video for free anyways, and then you'll get weekly content after that. This guide will only cover the non-private line fragrances, because the private line fragrances are extremely expensive, even more expensive. Please do not ask me to do a buying guide on them. So today we're going to cover the main men's ones. There are a few I did not buy, but I've worn several times, so I can still discuss them in this video. Let's get started. Let's start off with the Bleu de Chanel line. Pretty much the pioneer of the Bleu fragrance DNA in perfumery. Bleu is a commercial term for a fragrance that smells very clean, almost like a shower gel, a fresh out the shower effect on a fragrance. When I say shower gel, do not think Bleu de Chanel smells cheap and tacky. This is elegance. Chanel is generally a very safe fragrance brand that's going to give you quality, consistency, and elegance. So it's a great brand for giving a gift to someone, for example. If you want to buy a gift for any man or any woman, it's the one to go for. Bleu de Chanel is the versatile fragrance in the entire brand. Very fresh, clean, warm, and inviting. Very safe, elegant. It has the balance of a DNA between citruses, grapefruits, ambers, incense, and woods, with each increasing concentration of Bleu de Chanel going more to the woody side. So if you really like the note of sandalwood, go for the Parfum. If you like the citruses in Bleu de Chanel, the top heavy notes that you get, the fresh invigorating stuff at the beginning, go for the Eau de Toilette. I had the Eau de Toilette. I eventually gave that bottle away. The Eau de Parfum is my current recommended concentration that gets a good balance of all the notes. For most people, the Eau de Parfum will be the best choice to go for. I get 8 hours longevity with a moderate projection. Bleu de Chanel gets a 9 out of 10 for me. Let's head over to the Chanel Allure Homme line, starting off with the original, which I used to own a bottle of, and I gave away because I think it's probably the weakest in the line currently. I feel like this was a great fragrance when it first came out in the 90s. However, it does smell like it's reformulated. It's a nice peach, like a fuzzy peach, musk, woody, vanilla fragrance that's very freshly balanced overall. It's not a very good performance though. The scent profile is nice, but it's a soft projecting, 4 hours long lasting fragrance. Gonna be ideally mainly for the warm weather. It's a very beautiful scent, don't get me wrong, but I would reach for other fragrances in the Chanel brand over that one easily. The best thing about it is that it has a unique scent character to it. It's kind of unisex overall, but leaning masculine, I would say. So if you want that kind of artistic, creative, unique summertime scent, then go and check out the original Allure Homme. It's not a bad fragrance. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 overall. Then came Chanel Allure Homme Sport, one of my favorites from the line. Ozonic, citrus, aquatic smelling, sporty smelling, creamy, everyday fragrance. Ideally for the warm weather, but this is a bit more thick and dense than the original, so you can pretty much wear this all year round to school or the office if you want to. Great versatility, both for the age ranges that you can use this fragrance. You can wear it in pretty much any occasion and it'll get you a lot of compliments. Bright, clean, airy. This is one of the best fragrances in this style in the industry. I think Allure Homme Sport is underrated. I think one of the other flankers I'm about to discuss takes way too much of the spotlight over this one. This is a 9 out of 10 for me. Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extrême. This is a sweeter take on that airy ozonic DNA. Very musky still, similar to Allure Homme Sport. Creamy, but now it's going to be more sweet with a tonka bean note, as well as more heavy on the mandarin note here as well. So it's mandarin, mint, tonka bean. Smooth, creamy, sweet, but overall still fresh and still extremely versatile. For some guys, I think this really works well. It's a safe fragrance, but I think you should still try before you buy it, because you might not like how weirdly smooth this is. I think, I can't describe it, but I think this smells too smooth. This has never gotten me any compliments, but I don't care. You buy fragrances for yourself, firstly, and if you enjoy it, then fine. But you know, that's not the biggest issue here. It's got good performance, good versatility, but I do think it's way too smooth. Something just about this just doesn't do it for me, but objectively, I will still have to give this a 9 out of 10. It is still a very good fragrance. Allure Homme Sport Cologne, the lightest flanker in the line, the most gym appropriate in the line as well. It is a very good fragrance. It is a photorealistic orange with a nice musky dry down that has a surprising amount of longevity. You can get up to 6 hours with this fragrance. And for a fragrance that smells extremely light, something you can wear in the most intense heat and wouldn't annoy you, something you can wear to the gym easily. It definitely does the sports name the best out of the entire line. Yeah, this has great performance. It's a great quality, and I think it's probably underrated overall. I give this an 8 out of 10. Try it out, it is very good. Chanel's Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Easily the best for summer in the line. This is your warm weather signature. Edition Blanche will be frequently described as a lemon meringue pie that's very smooth, creamy. It's the smoothest, it's the smoothest, most creamy lemon fragrance you'll ever smell. That has a beautiful vanilla, beautiful woodiness, beautiful perfumery. Honestly, this is a 10 out of 10 if you're just thinking of a summer fragrance. The performance could be a little bit better. A lot of people say it's got terrible performance. I don't agree with that. I still get it for 6 hours with this fragrance. It's very musky, so you can go a bit nose blind to how many musks are in this fragrance. But overall, yeah, if you spray liberally in your clothes and on your clothes, you'll get good performance with this. I think this is one of the greatest summer fragrances ever created. You have to try it to really understand what I mean. It's just pure art. I give this a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Chanel's Egoiste. Now the Egoiste line is going more mature here. The original Egoiste, I feel, is the perfect office fragrance for a very serious, mature, 30-year-old plus gentleman. It is dry, spicy, leather and sandalwood. Very long lasting, around 10 hours longevity, with a very serious, mature vibe, as I discussed. If you're an office-going, suit-wearing gentleman, this will be a really nice fragrance for you. Not something I'd wear in the summertime, but you can wear it pretty much all the other seasons in the year. This does have a slight old-school vibe by using something called civet, which is a interesting fragrance note. It comes from a small furry animal's anal gland. Yeah, but it's a nice fragrance note to have when you use it in small amounts, and I think they use it very well here. A very elegant fragrance DNA. It's beautiful overall, very well blended. It's got as I said, it has that slight old school vibe, I think, not in an outdated way, more in a classical way. So yeah, guys, if you want a nice office fragrance, this is one to check out for sure. I would buy this for my dad easily. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Chanel's Platinum Egoiste. This goes in a very different direction to the original. They don't smell the same, but at the same time, they're both very good office fragrances. This is the most mature Chanel fragrance, I think, that's out there. 40 years old and plus, I would say. I got this from my dad. I think it's a very good fragrance as a gift, or if you are the dad, then buy it for yourself. Platinum Egoiste, like the name suggests, is very metallic. It revolves around the notes of lavender, very soapy, clean barbershop scent that lasts a very long time. It's very loud. If you want, yeah, like, don't go too heavy in the office with this, but yeah, this is a great 40-year-old plus signature fragrance that's very metallic, clean, professional, very well blended. It definitely has an old school vibe. This is more old school now with the musks that I use here. So if you don't mind an old school vibe with this fragrance, you are getting very good perfumery here and with very good performance. A 9 out of 10 is what I'm giving. Let's discuss Chanel's Pour Monsieur, the Eau de Toilette. I didn't get this fragrance, but I do like it. I feel like it's the Chanel equivalent to Dior's Eau Sauvage Eau de Toilette. You know, those 60s fragrances that have the focus around light florals, but a barbershop scent overall, very clean, very traditional, focus around oak moss. It's an old school fragrance for sure. It is, as I described that, an old school barbershop scent. With a decent amount of performance. It's well blended, but the performance and the old school factor of it meant that I didn't think it was worth buying the full bottle. You get 4 to 6 hours of the fragrance. If you're a guy who really likes this classical perfumery, you'll still enjoy it. Overall, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Chanel's Pour Monsieur Eau de Parfum. Now, this was the concentration I ended up buying, as you can see here in my hand. This goes in a different direction. You can kind of tell how it's related to the original, but it's definitely different enough. It smells more modern, it's longer lasting, and it smells more warm and ambery. This is a gentlemanly, warm barbershop DNA that's very sexy. Sort of like they took Davidoff Zeno and Tom Ford's Beau de Jour and then went something in the middle. If you want elegant, clean warmth as your signature, this is perfect. The perfumery here is fantastic. It smells better in the air than up close in my opinion, but you can just tell the blend is very good here. I do wish it performed a little bit better, but the fact that it smells so great and it's so versatile, I will just put everyone on the map with this one. Like, do not sleep on Pour Monsieur Eau de Parfum. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. The longevity I get is about 6 hours with a soft to moderate projection. Chanel's Antaeus. Definitely the darkest offering from the brand. Think of a smoky and dry fragrance that still smells sweet, elegant, and smooth, which is incredible to do all in one perfume. Definitely an old school vibe. It's got myrrh, lavender in here, so the myrrh adds a really elegant sweetness while still being a clean fragrance. So it's sort of like a fresh fragrance, but you still do associate this more with the evening, I would say. More of a cold weather scent. Again, has that civet in there, which is, I've already described it, so it has some civet in there. Again, uses it very well. And I just overall think this is a boss fragrance. If you want a sort of old school rugged vibe to your fragrance that has a slight animalic twist to it, it's sort of like YSL Kuros, but done a lot more safe. This is a much more safe animalic scent. I always say this is a masterpiece, great performance, at least 10 hours, soft and moderate projection. I'm gonna give Antaeus a 9 out of 10. And that concludes the video, guys. What are your thoughts on Chanel's brand offerings? Are there any that you feel are under the radar and more people should know about? Let me know in the comments down below. Share your opinions, guys. Make sure to sign up to our newsletter, as I said in the description down below, and also check out our own brand, Atrium Fragrance, which we have launched recently. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to check out our other buying guides as well in the meantime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.